Coming from the charming but rolly and challenging Ile Chaussee, our surrogate stop for the closed Channel Islands, so to say, with one of the highest tidal ranges in Europe, we had decided to make a small puddle jump over to mainland Normandy. Here, Barneville-Carteret welcomed us with some unexpectedly breathtaking landscapes to explore. Barneville-Carteret presented itself as peaceful and glassy. The seaside town on the Cotentin Peninsula is a popular holiday destination. So this is where we're going to exit the harbor and the fairway in around 3.5 hours. It's really unimaginable, huh? Wow, look at the long sand beaches that lay bare now during the low tide. This is the best about the morning hours. There's nobody on the beach and you have it all to yourself. Almost to yourself. Over there you can already see Jersey, the Channel Island. Pretty good view today. Rather by coincidence, following the long beach with its colorful houses to stretch our lazy sailor legs, we stumbled over a famous coastal path that led us around Cap de Carteret. We explored the so-called Sentier des Douaniers, the custom officer's path. This path was once used by customs officers to monitor the coast against enemies and smugglers. Reading about this rang a bell. History lesson memories popping back up with terms like D-Day 1944, Normandy beach landings, young men fighting for peace and freedom. More sites and memorials connected to this time in history will be part of our following episode around Port Guillaume, a place that we never aimed for, but by coincidence became an interesting pit stop and shelter for a few days. Rounding the cape by foot, We were impressed by super interesting shale formations, whilst dolphins could be seen in the distance. Making our way around the corner, we were stunned. Wow! We have seldom seen such an enormous and phenomenal dune landscape and vast sandy beaches that would partly be swallowed by the sea again when the tide would reach its highest level. Aber die erste Stufe noch so bestimmt 40 cm, als ich zurückgekommen bin.
Nee, ich gehe schon davon aus, dass die Uhr stimmt.
Hoffentlich. Nicht, dass das gleich Zakatsching nach unten macht.
Katsching!
Man sieht nämlich hier noch ganz schön die Plattform, die hat man gestern nicht gesehen. Ja.
Going over the sill, 2.9 meters, everything went well. It's amazing how fast the water comes and goes over here. Der hat letztlich schön schärfer da draußen.
Man überlegt dir das mal, ich bin vorhin vor 3,5 Stunden, 4 Stunden hier lang gelaufen und hier war alles, da konntest du bis hier vorne hinlaufen. Das finde ich krass. Guck mal hier. Das ist das erste. Das ist das zweite.
Das ist wahrscheinlich immer in Kanonen Schussreichweite. Oder wie weit schießt
Keine Ahnung. Da ist noch eins und ganz da hinten ist noch eins. Wie weit ist das Ding? Wie weit ist das Teil? Ist schon ganz schön lang. Cherbourg served as a weather escape because of a strong low-pressure system pressing into the English Channel. One day we decided to spend our time with strolling around town and pretty soon came past the first umbrellas. But not any umbrellas.
Meine Mutter kennt die auch.
Yeah, this is what Cherbourg is actually famous for. The so-called handmade véritable Cherbourg is, quoting the manufacturers here, first and foremost an attitude full of elegance, good manners, gallantry, kind gesture, and comforting protection in poor weather conditions. Did you know that the umbrella was actually invented over 4,000 years ago and used in early civilizations in Egypt, Assyria, Greece, and China? They were initially employed as parasols to provide shade from the sun. The term comes from the Latin root word umbra, meaning shadow. The Chinese invented the first waterproof umbrella as protection from rain when they waxed and lacquered their paper parasol. Umbrellas became a feminine accessory beginning in the 16th century in Europe. Modern designs usually employ a telescoping steel trunk and new materials such as cotton, plastic film, and nylon, which often replace the original silk. Created in 1986 by Jean-Pierre Yvon, the top-of-range umbrella manufactured in Cherbourg is sold all over the world. Fun fact, on sale is even the so-called Parapactum brand. It protects VIPs as well as important people, and nothing comparable can be found elsewhere in the world. It has been tested to the extreme in wind tunnels of technical institutes, with dogs and a variety of blunt objects thrown at it at full strength. It is said it can hold 25 kilograms thrown at 35 kilometers per hour, or 21.7 miles per hour.
Ja. Vielleicht noch mal nachkommen.
Ja?
Liegt vielleicht gerade so an der Grenze.
So we had a really shitty trip here yesterday and arrived in the middle of the night in Port Guillaume, which is sort of a river, and we didn't intend to come here, but we're aiming for the neighboring port, but we weren't sure whether the locks were still open, and now you can see them all speeding in here because the sill is getting less and less water, and the water